What's up, guys? We're live, we're here, and I'm with
Zeinab. Hi everybody, my name is Zeinab. I am a clinical social worker and a mother of 3 boys. I have a passion for baking and creating beautiful pastries, and one of the beautiful things I like to do is to integrate mental health and baking, because both of them offer an opportunity for me to tell visual stories, and part of my job is to help clients navigate and create new stories for their future. So it's a brand that really cultivates beauty and baking as a complete sensory experience for the viewer. So today we're going to be making some pistachio macarons, and these are one of my favorite macarons. The first time I tasted one was in Paris and I fell in love with it. So today I'm going to show you how to make one. So what you will need is 3.5 ounces of regular granulated sugar. You need about 4 ounces of aged egg whites, and what that means is that you crack them the night before, you put them in the refrigerator and just let them sit there. And then about a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and this is going to help stabilize the egg when we make the meringue. And then over here I have 7 ounces of powdered sugar and 4 ounces of almond flour. And what I did is I put them through the food processor and I just let them pulse a few times to get a fine mixture, and I sieved them through. So to start, we are gonna make the meringue. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my egg whites, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my cream of tartar. And then as these start to foam, then I'll start to add the granulated sugar so that it can all incorporate really well. So once you see the egg white start to foam like that, you want to add the granulated sugar slowly and help it to incorporate. You don't want to add it in all at one time, it's just slowly. Now that I've added that in, I'm just going to go ahead and raise the speed, and I'm going to whip this until it reaches stiff peaks, and I'll show you what that looks like once we get there. What I'm gonna do now, because macaroons, we're making the pistachio macaron, I want to add the green coloring to the shells. So I'm gonna go ahead and take like a little skewer and add in to the egg whites. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue mixing. You can choose to add as much or as little depending on what color you want. So fluff up a bit. So this is what we're looking for. We've reached the stiff peaks. As you can see, there's just a little curl and it's nice and glossy. And this tells us that we're ready to incorporate our dry ingredients. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our powdered sugar and almond mixture and we're gonna sift it in 3 parts over our meringue. And this is the part that is really tricky because you wanna be careful. You don't wanna over beat the meringue because then it'll deflate and it won't rise. But at the same time, you don't wanna underbeat it because then it just doesn't create those legs or the feet. I'm going to sift that in, and then I will show you how you fold this. Right, so at the first third, this part is called the macaronage. So what you want to do is you want to cut and then fold over and lift, and then cut through, fold over and lift, cut through, fold over and lift. So you just want to make sure you incorporate all the dry ingredients in the meringue. Now I can go ahead and add another batch of the dry ingredients. Yeah, macarons can be really sensitive sometimes if the temperature's off, or your oven's too hot, or your oven's not too hot, or you didn't fold it properly. You're gonna have all sorts of issues. So it's a really sensitive cookie, but when you make it and eat it, it's worth all the effort. So I'm just gonna continue to fold and incorporate the dry ingredients into this meringue. And like I said, you wanna be gentle, but not too gentle. And now, if you go to the gym, this will really help you if you work out your arms, because this is an arm workout, let me tell you.
Gotta get that biceps in.
Yes, you do.
Let's go.
Or go to Orange Theory Fitness.
Okay. That's good.
So we're just gonna continue to incorporate. And what we're gonna do here is, when your dry ingredients have all been incorporated, that does not mean you can stop. You have to keep going until the batter becomes like a cake-like batter. So when I lift my spatula, the batter disappears and you're not left with any marks. So that's why I said it's a little bit of an arm workout, but it's so worth the effort at the end. So we're not quite there yet. So through baking and through working at several therapy facilities, I was finally able to figure out a way to incorporate both. As a therapist, we use visuals to help our clients kind of just picture their future life. And so when I thought about my brand and I thought about Farine Fleur, I thought about why not incorporate the power of visuals through baking, something that I absolutely love, and add in some mental health, add in some tips on how to manage stress or how to deal with anxiety. And by integrating the two, it really creates a moment where the viewer can just pause, reflect, and start to make small shifts in their mindset. So we're not there. As you can see, it's really still stiff. It's not falling down as a ribbon. We still got some way to go. Hopefully not too long, but we still gotta do some more mixing.
So what happens if you don't sift the dry ingredients?
If you don't sift them and you just dump them all in, it's gonna be extremely difficult to incorporate them.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna end up overbeating your mixture or underbeating it, and you're just not gonna come up with a good macaron. So that's why it's really important to just sift them in thirds and then really make sure you incorporate them well.
Look at that.
So,
oh my God.
We are almost there. You see how you could still see the batter? We don't want to be able to see that. We want it to melt right in. So I'm just gonna give it a few more and then we'll test it. And then we'll be ready to bake it, and I think you should pipe some batter.
Okay.
What do you think? You're up to the challenge?
100%.
All right, I got a little template for you right there. It'll be fun.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna check this now.
And guys, we're fasting right now, so we're starving.
Yes, sorry. All right, our batter is ready. As you can see, it just fell in there and it's not leaving any marks. So we can go ahead and pour it into a piping bag. And I've put a small round tip, and I like a small tip because it gives me more control over the batter and it doesn't just splatter everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Nice green color. Yeah, they're gonna be perfect for pistachio flavor. There's my batter, and we're gonna go ahead and pipe it onto these Silpat sheets. One, two, three, stop. Yeah, and just stop squeezing and just pull it up.
One, two.
Pull your bag down just a little bit more.
Only that?
Yeah.
Stop?
Stop. Okay, so put your bag like down here.
Okay.
Okay, push, push, go down a little bit more. Push, push, push. 1, 2, 3, stop. Pull up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to move your bag. The batter will actually just spread on its own.
Okay.
Yeah. So there. 2, 3. All right.
I feel like yours are so much nicer than mine. Hey guys, mine are looking like Hershey chocolate. All yours look like macaroons.
So guess what? It's practice, but
Yeah, I'll take it.
But hey, that was fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and let these rest on the counter. We cannot pop them into the oven just yet. We have to let them form a skin. And once that happens, these will kind of dull out. Right now they're shiny, so they'll become matte. And when I put my finger to it, nothing will stick to my finger. So we're just gonna leave them out maybe for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the kitchen and the humidity, and then we will pop them into the oven. So while we're waiting for these macarons to dry, I thought I'd just go ahead and get my piping bag filled with the pistachio filling. And so what I did, I pre-made this already. So I used 1 container of mascarpone cheese. I added...
Wait. What?
Mascarpone cheese. It's
All
an
right.
Italian sweet cream cheese kind of, but it's more sophisticated. So I'm gonna do a quick test. I'm gonna show you when these are ready for the oven. If I touch a finger to the macaron, you see how there's no batter on my finger? That means they formed their skin. They're pretty dull. And I'm gonna put them in a 300-degree oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. And then hopefully we will come out with macarons that are perfect and not cracked. So we're gonna go ahead and fill our beautiful, perfect pistachio macarons.
Okay.
So I have my pistachio filling. I'm gonna go ahead and pipe in the center like a nice little blob, like
Okay.
that. I'm gonna take a little bit of crushed pistachio.
Pistachio Bay!
Yeah.
Let's go!
And then we're gonna take our 2.
Okay.
And you got yourself a beautiful pistachio macaron.
Alright.
Ready to have this for iftar?
Yeah, I'm
All
excited.
right. All right, let's see you do it. Come on.
Alright. So,
You might lift it up. Lift it up a little bit. There you go. Now pipe. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
is that good?
Go a little bit more. You want some good amount of filling.
Ooh, I messed up.
It's all right. There you go. Okay, you fixed it. There you go.
Alright.
Now a little sprinkle of pistachio.
Pistachio Bay. Should I put a little bit more?
Yeah, you can put a little bit more.
Okay. I'm not trying to be cheap out here.
I mean, no. We want pistachio, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and sandwich them together.
Okay. Let's go.
Look at that.
I like it when the juice comes out kind of thing.
See the full-on flavor.
Wish I could eat it, but we're still fasting. Can I get a wow? Alright, Zeinab, so what type baking into mental health? Like, how does this all come together?
So, like I said, my training is in clinical social work, and I love it, and I love sharing, being part of people's stories and helping them to create new ones. But I also love baking, and so I decided that if I can take 2 things and integrate them and give you something beautiful to eat and look at and add some mental health tips, then that's what I wanted to do.
I mean, when you look at them, they look wow. In the spirit of Ramadan, I'd like to wish you all a Ramadan Kareem. Inshallah, this is a month full of blessings and growth and development with a little bit of beautiful desserts. Thank you so much for Thank you guys. Ramadan Kareem.
Here you guys go, macaroons, baby. Wow.